All right, I'm not staying in for long and stuff. I got things to do today. But anyway, so hopefully you guys doing all right. Arbanaka here. Um, this is some interesting stuff, man, going on in the political realm already. Yo, 2021 is gonna be fun because I'm looking at now all these people that were like, hoppling and cheering and all that stuff. Well, don't get me wrong. Some of them are still politically ignorant, right? The reality check, I haven't hit them yet. To once, I don't know when they're going to realize that, dude, you ain't going to get nothing with this new administration. Yo, what up, El Mexicano? What's going on, man? Here's a funny thing, right? Look, I don't care who you voted for, but I hope that whoever you chose, you at least did your homework, right? Because shit, I have friends that voted for Biden. I have friends that voted for Trump. To me, it doesn't matter, right? But this is what's been going on for the past few years, right? A lot of people find themselves gravitated towards a sector that they have no understanding of and they have no business talking about it. The whole political analysis thing consists of you having to actually do your own research, doing your homework. But what tends to happen is you have a whole, and that's actually on both sides as well, right? Because you do have blindly follow Trump supporters the same way that you have a whole bunch of people that's like just have the Trump derangement syndrome. Well, okay, now he's out of office. I'm wondering how psycho candy. So I'm like now wondering how you guys gonna actually define, Sleepy Joe's action on day one. What the hell did he do, right? So he basically killed women's sport. And if some of you guys out there with daughters and stuff like that actually good at sport, might get a scholarship or something like that. Well, she might have to compete with Tyrone, who couldn't cut it in the men's basketball team. Now decide to be like, oh, I think I'm a woman now. How's she gonna compete with that? So congratulations, you just killed your dreams for your daughter and stuff like that. Hey, I mean, at least the WNBA will be would get a little bit better, right? At least the WNBA. Let's give Joe a chance, I say. All right, here's a funny thing, right? El Mexicano. On day one, well, on these first couple of weeks, this guy, killed a major pipeline, from Canada to United States and stuff like that, which already like sacked like thousands of jobs, right? And the leftists think I'm like, whoa, we're gonna be, we're gonna move to green energy and shit like that. No, it's not happening. All you're gonna end up doing is you now gonna get your oil in the Middle East, which is gonna create a whole lot of problem, which means that you're gonna have to get more troop involved in there to protect your interests. So that means that we're probably gonna end up bombing some other country again. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So for all of you guys, I mean, all right, fine. I'll give Joe a chance. Because so far he has not disappointed me. He's already started doing all the things that I know he was gonna start doing, which is killing more jobs and rolling back, basically making sure that big corporations survive while small businesses get killed, right? So you might get a minimum wage increase, congratulations, but that means that more smaller companies won't be able to hire people like, or compete with people like Walmart or Amazon and stuff like that. And those big corporations, what they do, they actually get tax incentive, or they actually get government government welfare for actually hiring people. Just like Walmart, right? Walmart don't pay their workers a fair wage. So then therefore they get money from the government, subsidies. Yeah, they will get subsidies. Whereas small businesses not gonna get subsidies. So congratulations. The US government doesn't care about small businesses. I know the US government doesn't care about small businesses. They don't. But my point is like, I know how some of you guys are, right? I know how you guys roll. So I already know the excuses that's gonna roll out. Because once you can no longer defend what Biden is doing, Now you gonna act like, because if you understand how women work, most of these women work, you're gonna understand how the average voter work, right? Because they're gonna select the horrible choices in politicians, right? And then when they don't get anything out of these politicians, what do they say? Oh man, all politicians are the same. It's kind of like when a chick, right? Keep fucking around with the Pookies and the Ray Ray and all these ain't shit motherfuckers. And then now she had the fucking gall. She had the gall to say with a straight face, oh, niggas ain't shit. It's the same thing, ain't it? It's the same thing. You keep picking up these ain't shit motherfuckers, right? And then like, well, at least, he talks nice to you. At least he's not gonna hurt your fifi. BLM protest gone. You guys never give a fuck about Black Lives Matter. It ain't happening. And then of course the media is not gonna show that anymore. I'm not registered to vote. Like, listen, I really don't care what you vote for, right? Because I've seen the move Biden start making. I'm already pulling my money out of the stock market, right? I made a killing during Trump. I doubled my money pretty much, right? So, and now I already understand the attack on the energy sector, which I've invested a lot of money on the energy sector, right? Oil and gas. And then even though what you call it, like green energy such as solar and stuff like that, of course they're gonna thrive. But at the same time, it's not just about like this industry. This motherfucker is gonna start taxing capital gain as well. So all the money that I made on the stock market, once he actually implement the new tax roll, I gotta hide my shit. So I gotta use that money to put it in a different asset or something like that, right? But all that means that you have to be aware, because a lot of people are like, oh, politics don't matter, blah blah blah. Yeah, of course politics matter, because these are the assholes that make the decision that affects your bottom line, right? And Trump foreign policy wasn't good either, Art. All right, well, what do you mean by that? Because so far at the beginning, right? At the beginning of his administration, yeah, he was droning people just like Obama was, right? And then afterward, he cut back on that shit. So if you're talking about like full scale invasion versus like policies that actually like a foreign trade war or something like that, I'll take foreign trade war any day. Well, what did you have in the Middle East, right? You have 4-peace treaty. What else you had? Yeah, 4-peace treaty. We the only president that actually had not invaded a new country since Jimmy Carter, right? So we had like 4 years of no new wars. And then, the first president that was actually starting to pull back his troops. Why are people saying that he destroyed ISIS when he didn't? Listen, Trump is a bragger. So do I understand why when people say that he's full of shit sometimes? Yes, he is full of shit sometimes, like a car salesman. So let's say that something is like let's say he has a product, right? For instance, when he kind of destroyed the whole caliphate and stuff like that, right? And then now he's gonna brag about it. Oh, I destroyed 100% of ISIS. Look. So he likes to embellish shit that he's done. So that was part of his downfall as well, because now when he overhyped something that he's done, and people consider that as a lie. Like someone described Trump in the perfect way, right? Like he's the most dishonest president. What I mean by this, like he lie about shit that he shouldn't have to lie about, and then being honest about shit that he should keep secret. Since like it's the same thing like when he was selling when he was selling weapon to the Saudis, and he's like, oh yeah, we have this great beautiful deal, we're gonna make a killing with them, with them arm trade. It's like, dude, don't say that. So I do understand when people's feeling got hurt, right? But what I'm saying, this is my point, right? I hope the same energy that you guys had when it comes to Trump, right? You going through all his policy with a fine tooth comb and all that stuff, which is all is great. I'm all for that. because I like when people are actually informed and they actually, when they're coming at, and when they're having a discussion, I can actually understand why they have certain policies, why they actually have certain position. But if all the thing that you base your position on is, oh, he's mean, he hurts my fifi, he's a dictator, he's racist. Meanwhile, you have Biden going around, telling you like, hey, listen, man, if you don't vote for me, your ass ain't back. Or, poor kid are just as smart as white kids. And then once he realized why he does that, just like as black kids, as Asian kids, and blah blah blah. Come on, nigga, you met like just you black, you must be poor. Or calling black people predators and all the policies that actually hurt black people. If you're willing to overlook that, and then now you only focus on what the hell Trump was doing and shit like that. All right, cool. Now let's see you keep that same energy. Let's see what's gonna happen when now it's your guy that's have to be put into scrutiny. We're like, and you already hear it. Oh my God, how dare you call the first lady? She's a doctor. Really? Is she really a doctor? She had a doctor degree in English. She's a doctor. Dude, what we have nowadays, I think there's a term for it, right? It's called aesthetic journalism, which means that they're not going to hold the Biden administration accountable for anything. So he's going to, all the children at the borders you care to claim about and all that stuff. So you're not going to say anything once you start bombing kids in the Middle East. You're not going to say none of that stuff. All that Black Lives BLM crap, you're not going to say anything. Like, he started gassing up the same protesters that actually kind of helped him with the whole rioting during all summer. In Portland, he's already tear gassing them now. Well, because these idiots, they outlive their usefulness, right? This match I'm uploading is ladies dog collar match. Oh, all right. What's going on, Steven? How you guys doing? But yeah, I'm not staying for long anyway. I just wanted to actually basically look at the situation and be like, So his first week in office, he killed thousands of jobs. And the spike in insulin and those two, I think insulin and this other medicine for diabetes and stuff like that, right? So he jack up the prices again. I'm against war. America needs to mind his own business. I agree. America needs to mind his own business. But the thing is, when you vote for neocons, and neocons doesn't really mean you're a Democrat or Republican. Neocons is like it's a uniparty. Let's just put it this way, right? Because it's like here's the thing that Democrats have on the Republican, right? Republicans, as soon as they start acting all ballsy and shit like that, right? And then you call them racist, they back up like, oh, I'm not racist, right? So then therefore they constantly have to play nice, right? And whereas as a Democrat, you could say whatever the fuck you want, right? You could incite violence. You could tell people to go out there and just hurt cops and whatever, right? You don't get held accountable. It's like the two sector. You have men and women, where women are allowed to act a fool. It's expected for women to act a fool, but when a man does it, I'm like, oh my God, white supremacy! Oh no! Yeah, Republican play defense all the fucking time, dude. They don't like. Here's the thing, right? I think last election I voted Republican, not because I give a fuck about them. It's because they stay the fuck out of my business, right? But whereas when you're looking at from a cultural perspective, the leftism, they really try to entrench their ideology down your throat. They try to cram it down. It's like, oh, well, you know what? If you don't start dating transgender women, that means you're a toxic male. Like, what? What the hell's that on about? So it's like, it doesn't, like, the party doesn't really matter, right? But at the same time, it's like Trump was nowhere near perfect. I'm the first to admit it. This motherfucker was an asshole. Right? But I really believe that he had good intention. despite his flaws, all of his flaws, he had good intention, right? And I see Trump as in like people who voted for Trump is not really Republican or Democrat. They don't really care about that, right? They see him as someone they were able to put their frustration about the political realm onto, and then he speak what they were really wanted to say to the establishment, right? So then we really wanted a guy like Ron Paul. Remember Ron Paul? He run in 2008. I think he run before that as well. Ron Paul. He was shafted just like, Bernie was shafted by the Republicans. Yeah. We really wanted Ron Paul, but we had settled for Trump, right? I didn't vote for Trump his first term. I look at this motherfucker, I'm like, what? The reality star? No, fuck this dude. I ain't voting for this guy. At the same time, I'm looking at Hillary, I'm like, what? I ain't voting for her either. So I didn't vote the first term. And then this motherfucker like came through. He tried to like kiss black people's ass. Be like, oh, what do you guys want? Yeah, I want to get out of jail free card. All right, here, boom. I'm gonna try to get you free. All right, y'all want some jobs? All right, opportunity zone. Boom. The UCLA came through. Be like, oh, what you guys want? Some money? All right, boom. This motherfucker was trying to hook up everybody because he wanted to be liked. So it's like, so I'm like, all right, I don't care what you do. All right, as long as I'm getting what I want with your policies, all right, cool. I don't have to like you. But most people don't think that way. Most people, it's all about their feelings. It feels good. To me, it's like, all right, I'm anti-war. I like to have the opportunities to feed my family, right? And I like people being honest with me, right? Honest enough that I know that, okay, when he's full of shit, he's full of shit. When basically Trump was all right with me. But now you have someone that been in politics for like almost 50 years. Did you really think anything different was going to come out of it? I mean, he's already proven to you from day one what he's all about. Hopefully Latin America follow China and Russia. Why would you want Latin America to follow Russia and China? Which led to when the system cannot sustain for long. The system cannot sustain for long because, all right, I understand capitalism, right? But what we have is not really capitalism. It's crony capitalism. Because we think that, well, it's because of capitalism that why we have all this poverty. No. The reason why we have all this poverty is a merger of the market and government, right? So one hand washes the other. Big tech will come through, sponsor all these politicians, and then in return, these politicians will create laws that actually favor them, the established the established companies. For instance, during this whole lockdown, Amazon doubled its profit. Walmart doubled their profit. But guess what? All these small businesses are collapsing. They're making laws, stupid laws, right? Stupid government edict that doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, you can't shop at Walmart, but you can't go to the mom and pop shop. So it's like, so you're telling me like the virus is so smart that as soon as you get to Walmart's door, be like, oh, wait a minute, no, I ain't going in there because I was told that this is where I'm not allowed to go in. Dude, it's like the economy is what we have seen, right, was the biggest wealth transfer in modern history. And people are now too busy talking about the firstly the VPs. And we have for the first time in history, we have a first black VP. Okay, and we have a transgender that's in charge of the the healthcare department or something like that, right? Okay, and it's like Democrats, they understand how the game played, right? So that's why they have no issue playing with your emotions. That's why when Hillary came through, when it comes to the black vote, all he had to do is pull a hot sauce out of her purse. Like, hey, I'll take it wherever I go. Policies, bitch, policies. What are you offering us? But see, as a Democrat, you don't have to offer the black community anything, right? You don't have to, because all you have to do is play with their emotion. You dance for them, and play the saxophone. Joe Biden, try to, whatever Joe Biden did. Joe Biden didn't have to try. All he had to say is orange man bad. Oh, so it's like it doesn't. It's like when it put it this way, right? When women, like I said again, when women have all these requirements for dudes, oh, he gotta be 6 feet tall, he gotta be making 6 figures, he gotta do this, he gotta do that, he gotta take care of me, he gotta treat me like a queen, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, she's getting piped down by Pookie down the road that has been in jail for a couple of times, and then no future prospect, none whatsoever, and get another baby by these niggas, right? But what happened to all that standard you had for men, right? So it's like the same thing when it comes to politics. Like when it comes to people that blatantly vote like one party, regardless, right? So it's like, oh, I want him to do this and that and this and that. And it's like, dude, it's really what the fuck your party offers you as far as policies, right? You don't have to like the motherfucker, but as far as policies, right? But then again, what do we expect? I think George Carlin, right? He says it best. Like, the United States don't want a nation that is informed, that has critical thinking, that can think for themselves logically. Because the more you're able to do that, then the more you can scrutinize these politicians. You can vet these politicians better before you vote for them. Some people are just ignorant. It's not their fault. They are busy. They don't have time to do all that stuff, right? To do the research, right? At the same time, you have those who are willfully ignorant. They would actually come up to you, right? Let's say you posting your stuff on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, right? They would come up to you, trying to troll the shit out of you, or whatever the case may be, because they disagree with what you're saying. Not because, okay, yeah, you can disagree with someone, right? But why do you disagree with someone? What is your different ideology that actually stand up to the scrutiny, that has the standing, papers, studies, evidence, whatever, blah blah blah, right? No, they don't have that. All they're doing is actually repeating the same bullshit that they actually get from the mainstream narrative. And then they want to get mad at you because you can actually think for yourself. Again, it's not about a party thing. It's about you now get your guy into office. Now, I want to sit back and actually remind you who you voted for every time. Every time I want to remind you who you voted for. Every time he do something fucked up, right? Be like, and I get it, right? Because like I said, a lot of people had no business talking about politics. They had none of this. They had no business talking about politics. And now they're stuck because they want to go back talking about ain't shit topic. They want to go back talking about the Kardashian. They want to go back talking about Desperate Housewife and all this other bullshit that they were talking about before. But because they're not stuck at this loop where people are gonna start reminding him every term, this is your boy. This is who the fuck you voted for. Can you explain this? Your mom now gotta pay more for insulin. Doesn't she have diabetes? Oh, that's also hurting the black community by making drugs that they actually need more expensive. Like the insulin and stuff like that, that's good for diabetes. Oh, anyway. Isn't your daughter athletic and stuff like that? She's really good at sport. She might get a scholarship, for these colleges like that to play ball. Oh, but she now got to compete with some dudes. Congratulations. Hope, or let's say if, those union that actually sponsor Biden and stuff like that in Pennsylvania, now they're already bitching about, oh my God, Biden, you killed our jobs. Like, bro, what the fuck did you expect, man? Like, what did you expect? You know? And oh my dude, I think this next 4 year is gonna be fucking fun. The next 4 year is gonna be fuck. Ah, I'm gonna love this shit because I'm gonna be the one that's gonna remind you every time. You know, because I think he's already like deployed troop in Syria right now. Right? So yeah, congratulations. War's coming back. You're gonna have to pay more on the pump because you're gonna have to export your oil again. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But anyway, so if you guys, y'all got your money invested somewhere, stuff like that, right? Pay attention to see what is gonna get that what's gonna be attacked soon. So, but anyway, I'm like I said, I'm I'm transferring my asset into something tangible, So some of my paper asset to maybe it's to hard asset or something like that. That's what I'm doing this year. And then start all over again, waiting for the next crisis where the market like near collapse, and then just come and swoop in and then just invest a whole bunch of money. 4 years past 4 days has been wrecked. 4 months he'll destroy the country. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess gold and silver, not like I would say buy the physical gold and silver and stuff like that, not the you holding a certificate talking about like, well, yeah, I got gold and silver, because that's I think a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin as well. Here's the thing I don't like about Bitcoin, right? And I think G Larry was the one that actually really broke it down, because I always felt fishy about Bitcoin. Here's the reason why. When you invest in a company, there is like a tangible asset. There is like either an exchange of services or like a actual product that's backing up the value of this company, right? So let's say if you invest in, let's say you invest in Amazon, right? So Amazon has been making a killing because of the pandemic, and their stock rises due to the sheer sale. They have no competition and stuff like that. So there's an actual product and services with Amazon, or with Tesla, so on and so forth, right? So, but with Bitcoin, what is backing Bitcoin? And I'm trying to understand what is backing Bitcoin outside of opinion. And don't get me wrong, if let's say you getting donation with Bitcoins and people are just giving you Bitcoins, like, hey, by all means, man, go for it. But it kind of feels like people simply jump in the bandwagon, and those who are manipulating it, Bitcoin to me is too volatile. It's too volatile. Where I mean, I understand where it goes. Like there's ups and downs, basically, and now big Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is no longer in the bear market. Bitcoin is now in the bull market, where it might collapse at any minute, right? Because it's like the last time I checked, it was like what 34K, almost shooting 40. So it might drop down to like, let's say 17,000 again, or 14,000, because you know how the millionaires do, right? They're gonna sell all of it and then watch this shit collapse, and then they're gonna rebuy it again, pennies on the dollar. It is what it is. I mean, the market works the same way as well sometimes, but there has to be like some sort of critical event that kind of push people to quickly sell off, right? My point is this is understanding the realm of politics, understanding the realm of culture, and then therefore you can know when to pull out, wink, wink, and then when to put it in. Do a 1 to 3% in Bitcoin only. What you're okay with is lose. All right, let me put that in there real quick. RA, you're on Google Hangout, just letting you know. Oh, okay, cool. All right, do a 1 to 3% in Bitcoin is only what you're okay with losing and wrecking your life. Do a 30 to 50% in physical metal. Hold the rest in cash. It's good advice. It's good advice. But it's with okay with real estate, right? Real estate is one of those things that's I think on long term and stuff like that, it's good. But then again, it comes down to which idiots you also put in power. Look at California. People are fleeing California like rats on a sinking ship. And all because they were so busy electing those idiots that are, you know, financially illiterate, economically illiterate, to run their country just because it makes them feel good. You know, and then now, and the funny thing is, this is what the thing that kind of irritates me, right? About these leftists. Because they never realize the people that they voted for put in policy in place that destroyed the economy or where they lived at. So then they go to another state, let's say a red state or something like that, that are actually doing good, that have more conservative fiscal economic plan. So then they bring in the same bullshit policies, and then they start electing bullshit politicians again, and then they start to ruin another freaking state. Because they're not self-aware. They can never look into the mirror and be like, I think I fucked up. They are incapable of doing that. So then it's always about like, and that's why they're so easily played. They are useful idiots. You know? So see, that's so good. Let me put that in there real quick. See, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about these these dudes, right? Because I did make a video about by the way, the reason why I haven't really been posting is like because I'm trying to do a lot of video editing, because it's like I found this new format that I really enjoy doing. Like it's more comedic and stuff like that. But the problem is video editing takes a long time, and I'm like, crap, if I don't, you know, I haven't posted anything on my channel for a while. And then if I have to wait just because I'm trying to like stack up on the type of videos that I'm gonna get, because I know when I hurt people's feelings, right? They, you know, all the tough talk, all that brazen and stuff like that, right? As soon as you hurt their feelings, they just run to daddy YouTube and flag your shit. That's what happened to me last time when I made that video, Black and Brown Unity. Yo, motherfuckers reported me quick. They're like, oh, he hurts my feeling. He hurts my fifi. Flag him. And then when my video taken down, the same people responsible for it now, they're like, well, you know what, Art, take down his video because he's scared. I think he quit. So it's like, all right, player. So it's hilarious to like when people talk the amount of shit that people talk, but they can't take the heat, right? And I wasn't even trying. Here's the thing, right? Like, I don't troll that often, but when I do, so it's like it's hilarious, man. It's freaking hilarious. But anyway, so like I said, I gotta get back to work. So thank you guys for coming through. Appreciate it. Share, like, comment, and subscribe. Holy crap, it's I have a pretty decent amount of people in here. So yeah, I appreciate it. Take it easy, guys. I'm out. Peace.